Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Cambridge 6 Test 1 and Passage 2. Let's look at this. Advantages of public transport. Okay, read the first paragraph. New study conducted for the World Bank by Murdoch University's Institute for Science and Technology Policy has demonstrated that public transport is more efficient than cars. The study compared the proportion of wealth poured into transport by 37 cities around the world. This included both public and private costs of building, maintaining, and using a transport system. Guys, I prefer to read more, to understand it. Because if you try to do it like without reading more, you will not get the perfect score. So I'm gonna spend some time on that. So bear with me, please. Yeah, just really. Yes. 6 centuries. Decades. So guys, to get a better understanding, it's really important to read the whole stuff. I actually did. I spent like 3 minutes on that. And you really have to, I would say, bring up your game, bring up your speed reading skills on that in that regard. I just generally found out that it's all about enhancing the public transport in big cities. So let's get straight to the questions now. So ICTP study examined public and private systems in every city of the world. So it's really important to read this part, ICTP, if ICTP examined public and private systems in every city of the world. ICTP. Okay, new study conducted for the World Bank by Murdoch University Institute for Science and Technology Policy, ICTP, has demonstrated public transport is more efficient than cars. The study compared the proportion of wealth poured into transport by 37 cities around the world. So not all the cities. This is false, but I'm not sure if I can do it because this particular file cannot be changed. So it would be like false, guys, just remember, because you can just watch the video again. Next, efficient cities can improve the quality of life for their inhabitants. Efficient cities can improve the quality of life for their inhabitants. Okay, let me check that. And according to what I read, it does. This included both private cost of building maintaining. Okay, study found that gives a good example, as well as some that these more efficient cities were able to put the difference into attracting industry and jobs and creating a better place to live. So as a result, that's definitely like jobs, creating a better place to live is true. Quality of life change. Inner city tram network is dangerous for car drivers. Okay, let's have a look. Inner city. Dangerous for car drivers. Tram networks that make car use in inner city much lower. Nothing about dangerous, so it is not given. In Melbourne, people prefer to live in the outer suburbs. No, according to what I read, it is in the inner suburbs. So right here, as you can see, guys, outer suburbs have the same car-based structure as most other Australian cities. Explosion in demand for accommodation in the inner suburbs. Explosion in demand for accommodation means people bought more houses in the inner suburbs. That a lot of people want to live there. It is false. Last one, cities with high levels of bicycle usage can be efficient even when public transport is only averagely good. Cities with high levels of bicycle usage can be efficient. I think I read that about Amsterdam and Copenhagen. Okay, bicycle use was not included, but Newman says cities considered were very efficient, even though their public transport systems were reasonably but not so special. Was not included in this study, but he noted, he just noted. Cities with high levels of bicycle usage can be efficient, even when the public transport is averagely good. Yes. Now, Look at that. 11, 12, and 13. 3 cities, Perth, Auckland, Portland. What happened in those cities? So I can just draw your attention to Perth real quick. Example, a city with minimal public transport. Okay, it's a good example of city with minimal public transport. As a result, 17% of its wealth went into transport costs. Some European agencies, on the other hand, spent 5%. Pointed out that, okay, so Perth like spend more like money. Successful, no. Profitably moved from road, no. Hilly, no. Inefficient due to a limited number public transport system. Okay, it's F. They spend more money. Now Auckland. Where is Auckland? Melbourne. Auckland, where are you at? Okay, Newman accepts that it would be hard for a city as hilly as Auckland to develop a really good railway network. Auckland is a hilly billy, like I would say, very hilly city. So it would be really hard to build a railway transport system, railway line. Yeah, D. Now Portland. In fact, believes main reason for adopting one sort of transport over another is politics. The more democratic the process, the more public transport is favored. He considered Portland, Oregon, perfect example of this. Some years ago, federal money was granted to build a new road. So some years ago, federal money was granted to build a new road. However, local pressure groups forced a referendum over whether to spend the money on light rail instead. Not new road, but light rail. I see what you're saying. Moved from road to light rail transport system, C. So Perth is F, Auckland is D, Portland is C. And that's how you do it. Now let's have a look at this. Now there's headings. Heading is kind of a difficult one, but anyways. So A, new study conducted that 36 countries. This includes both public and private costs of building, maintaining, and using a transport system. Demonstrated that public transport is more efficient than cars. Avoiding successful exercise and people power, benefits of working together, higher income, economic arguments fail, the impact of telecommunication, responding to arguments against public transport. So I would say it's kind of 8 and stuff. Although A, B, C, D, E, 3 extra answers. Okay, I would say it's just 8. No, B. List of headings. 5 marked paragraphs. Oh, it was test 2. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, this is what we're talking about. I got like kind of confused. The more democratic the process. For example, yeah, Portland, Oregon, they just switched to railway transport. Local pressure groups force a referendum over whether to spend money on light road. Okay. Railway works spectacularly well. In the years that have followed, more and more rail systems have been put in, dramatically changing the nature of the city. Newman notes Portland has about the same population as Perth, had a similar population density at the time. Okay, now we're going to change our mind about it. Avoiding, no. Successful exercising people power. It's 2. Now, B. Let's have a look at B real quick. In the UK, travel times to work had been stable for at least 6 decades, I think. It's impossible to talk about the UK for 6 centuries. I think they made a mistake here. People avoiding situations that require them to spend more time, more than a half an hour traveling to work. Trains and cars initially allowed people to live at greater distances without taking longer to reach their destination. However, public infrastructure did not keep pace with urban sprawl, causing massive congestion problems, which now making commuting times far higher. Benefits, no. Not yet. Impact of economic higher incomes need not mean more cars. Benefits of working together. Avoiding an overcrowded center. I believe that will be a 1, 2, and B is 1. Now, C. There's a widespread belief that increased wealth encourages people to live farther out where cars are the only viable transport. The example of European cities refutes that. They're wealthier, but they don't have a lot of cars. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's 4. Now, D. I also read D. D was about people. Instead, proposal advocate the creation of urban villages at hundreds of cities. Believes that one of the best studies on how cities built for cars might be converted to rail use is the Urban Village Report, which used Melbourne as an example. It found that pushing everyone into the city was not the best approach. Instead, proposal advocated creation of urban villages at hundreds of cities, mostly around railway stations, creating cities. Have a look at it. That would be like changing people to cities, impact of telecommunications on population distribution. Okay, this is 1. Sorry, we made a mistake. D is 1. So we're going to change our mind about it. Don't worry. D is 1. Yeah, you have to keep your mind open as to change whatever answer you have. Now, let's find E. It was once assumed that improvements in telecommunication would lead to more dispersal in the population as people were no longer forced into cities. However, research demonstrated population and job density of cities rose and remained constant in the 1980s after decades of decline. The explanation for this seems to be that it's valuable to place people working in related fields together. New world will largely depend on human creativity. Creativity flourishes when people come together face to face. Let's read the UK part again. In the UK, travel times to work have been stable for 6 decades. People avoiding situations that require them to spend more than half an hour traveling to work. Trains and cars initially allowed people to live at greater distances. Without taking longer to reach their destination. However, public infrastructure did not keep pace with urban sprawl, causing massive congestion problems, which now make commuting times higher. Last one is benefits of working together in cities. It's 3. So once again, A is 2. B is, okay, C is, what did I say? 4. D is 1. E is this. I hope I could just do that. So 1, 2, 3. Taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Where's 7, bro? Okay. And this is maybe I have some errors in my kind of stuff. Responding to arguments against public transportation. I think it will be 7, but we don't have 7 here. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, definitely. Let's check the answer. Whatever it is, test 2, passage 1. I think I'm right. It's 7. Okay, let me get the answers real quick. Come on. It's 2. So yeah, I was right. So yeah, congratulations. Because I couldn't find the answer for B, 27413. False, true, not given, false, true. And FDC. So that's how you do it, guys. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading more videos. You can get a really high score in IELTS reading. I got myself like 9 and stuff. So I will try my best to keep it easy and simple. See you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Also hit the notification button so you can get, as soon as I upload a new video, you can get a notification.